Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We're live. God. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Gotta push button.
Welcome to the
Yo, you
pod,
wanna see
everybody.
something cool?
Enjoy it.
No. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Step into the scene. No, nobody can do it like me. Zoom house plate with the kick cuisine. I was the black top king. 360s in my green machine. I was a kid and I was breaking down doors. Listening to tribe, now we on a world tour. We gave them hell and now we gonna give them more. JVB, mighty morphin' like Megazord. Yo, power like Ranger, range like Rover, strong bulldozer. Autobots roll out, hit the scene. Fresh wax on the paint, it's clean.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? Welcome to season 6, everybody. We did it. And we're starting season 6 by talking about season 5. Like,
Yeah,
we
it
better
feels
way.
like, you know, those movies where it's like, hey, it's like the jungle the discovery of how the elephant made its mark, and you're like, that's way too long of a subtitle. So it's like season 6 premiere, the season 5 bracket challenge. Hey, Roman, not us.
Not
Like,
us.
Not us. Who that would be here? Not me.
Not me.
that
I never
was-
thought 6. You look back and be like, damn, 6. I thought 5 was crazy, and I was like, all right,
Yeah.
we might end this thing at 5. And it was like, damn, we actually hitting our stride in 5, which is actually crazy as hell.
It's
Yeah.
insane that it was
Yeah.
just like the first 4 seasons were just a warm up.
You were really
Absolutely
figuring
bonkers.
it out. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's just a warm up. We got a great episode for y'all. We are going to do a Brian Roush season 5 bracket challenge just to
Mhm.
sort of recap before we get into the all the caramel goodness of season 6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say the gooey good like goodness, but then I was like, no. Let's be
That's
classy.
loud.
Let's try to keep it up. Let's try to keep it up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, above
Above
board.
board for season 6. We're
Just
above
for the
board.
first
Okay.
Yeah,
guys,
for
just
sure.
for the first
sure.
episode. We can
Oh.
do the silliness later.
Statistic show
Um,
like first hour, you got to at least have some kind of decorum.
Got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
okay.
we can't be 90-minute monster all the time. Like we have
Can't.
to have to like wait a little bit.
Sophisticated.
Just a little bit. No, it's just we're gonna try to keep him at the 90.
No.
minute.
He's on the back.
Hold on.
No.
Chris. No.
That monster's always there.
The 90-minute monster loves a back door.
Yeah, he's all about the back door. He's all about it.
Brian stopped midway.
Brian didn't want to spit his tea
Yeah.
out. That's
So,
what
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was like,
Nice and hot.
yeah. Gentlemen, we
No
had
faith.
like we had like a what 5-week hiatus. I
Yeah.
mean,
like that. I don't know.
It was a nice little break. I missed all of y'all. I missed the folks in the chat. But it was a nice little hiatus. But I do want to kind of go around the horn and talk about some highlights. Like, what did we get into? What did we talk about? Like, was there anything particularly exciting that you did? And then we'll kind of get into the bracket. So Brian Roush,
Hello.
baby, come back.
Baby,
How
come back.
are you? Baby, come back. How are you doing, sir? How was the break? What'd you get into? Just how you feeling?
Man, so I got sick twice during our hiatus. So I have lived some lives since the last time I saw you. And it's the
Okay.
reason I couldn't do the Red One review is because everybody got the stomach bug in my house. So it's great to be here and be healthy.
Yeah.
So that feels great. With my time off, I read books, which
Okay.
was
Nice.
phenomenal. I was able to finish The House by the Cerulean Sea. I highly recommend it to anybody who enjoys
Ooh.
magic and fantasy. I was also able to get my game on, and I must have played like 20 to 30 hours of Marvel Rivals. Like I was into it. I have Sue Storm now as someone that I regularly play as, which is wild to me.
I have opinions about that game, and if you had told me
Really?
6 months ago that I would have feelings about like certain like strategy or characters in that game,
Okay.
I would have been like, no, sir, that's not me. But
It's
I'll
you
get
now?
into it there. But yeah, go ahead, Brian. I'll get
Excellent.
into that when I get there.
Oh no, you're good. And honestly, it was just nice kicking it, and we didn't go anywhere. It was just nice and low key. It was phenomenal. So I was excited to read a book. I got to catch up on a lot of TV and movies. I'm all the way caught up on Abbott Elementary, all the way through,
all the way.
all the way through the It's Always Sunny crossover.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the Sunny episode with the Abbott folks on it. I think that's going to be incredible. And then, yeah, I watched some Oscar bait movies, which I'm sure we'll talk about. I watched Amelia Perez. That happened.
I'm kind of curious about. I want to like. Here's the thing.
I'd never heard of that movie till Brian mentioned it.
Brian, when you mentioned the plot, like the general synopsis of that movie, I went, "Oh, so I'm gonna have to watch this by myself." Like, it's not. This is not. It just. You said like 2 sentences, and I was like, "This is not for Brittany. Like, this is not for her at all."
Well, it got like a lot of buzz at the Golden Globes, but we all know the Golden Globes is like the Oscars with like a 5-drink minimum, and everybody can be bumped. So like, it's kind of like it's kind of an award. And so I saw its hype there, but then I saw I got nominated for an Oscar, and I was like, all right, I should like, I guess I'll check it out. And I mentioned it to Maggie, and she's like, I will take a nap while you watch this. And I was like, okay. She's like, I've read about it. It's not for me. If you want to watch it, that's fine. And I watched it, and she woke up from her nap, and she was like, and how was it? And I'm like, I don't know what I watched. Like, I
sure how it was.
Don't understand what I watched. So that is my break in a nutshell.
Okay. All right.
Christmas, New Year's, all phenomenal. I got great sleep. I got to sleep in. That was also a big highlight. So
love that.
So yes,
I love that, actually.
I'll hand it over to Marcus. How about your break, man?
Marcus, the Sixers. How you feeling, sir?
Sixers. No, I'm feeling good. I feel like I went away for break, went to North Carolina, went to go with my godbrother. My brother Jarrell, and then got to spend it with his family and my godson, my 2-year-old godson, for Christmas and holidays. And it was just I got introduced to Paw Patrol for the first time. My first time ever watching Paw Patrol.
Yep. How'd you feel about that?
Listen, I think that Paw Patrol, I watched the Paw Patrol movies. So that's Jason's big thing.
They're higher quality.
They are better quality, good soundtrack, good storylines. One almost made me cry. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
The TV shows, however, fuck Amazon for several reasons. But fuck Amazon because they block off episodes.
Yes.
And so like I have to rewatch the same unlocked episode because
over and over.
My godson obviously is not like aware that paywalls exist. So like that was the whole thing. Do you want to review the Paw Patrol movie? I'd watch it.
Here's my feeling with all of fucking Brian.
Brian, straight no.
Brian, no.
I thought the movies were good. I don't know.
Here's my problem with Paw Patrol. Here's my problem with the Paw Patrol movies is I wanted some explanation as to where Ryder gets his fucking money. Because
he says it in the movie.
He does?
He does.
Is it like a throwaway line?
No, well, it's kind of like a right on the nose line. He says because the dogs ask him like, "How do we get all this money to build it in this new city?" And he says, "Paw Patrol merchandise," which is like a line for adults that are watching. It's like a meta line. Yeah,
got it.
Get it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. I wanted it to be like, he had an angel investor, or he had.
You think this kid is running around to like different hedge funds, being like, "Hey, I got these."
That's
dogs.
more interesting than he sells merchandise.
Young Elon. I feel like, but here's the thing with Ryder. I did have a question of where his parents are and how the fuck is he training these dogs? Like but Paw Patrol aside, I think that it's a good little show. It drops you right into the middle of one show. There are dogs that got vehicles. Then the next movie, they got superpowers. Like they just hop right to it. You know what I mean? But anyway, that was Jason's favorite. So I bought him Paw Patrol. I think I won Christmas of the Year for Jay because I bought him toys and stuff like that. And so I got him a Paw Patrol You know, the chase that you
Yeah.
put in there and it transforms the thing and it makes all the noises and stuff. Got him one of those, and that was like the toy he played with the most. And so I felt like I wanted that.
Done.
Good. Hey,
Oh,
that's all you
man.
got to do. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
God Dad of the Year. So that was pretty cool. And just getting to know
mean-
Jay was really dope. But
Nice.
other than that, I got my civil rights revoked. And then all DEI got banned, executive orders were signed, and so now I can be fired for being black. So I'm really having a great time out here. Slavery is right around the corner. I feel it. Somebody hailed Hitler and on the top of the stage. So it's it's fun times at Cooley High.
Yeah. I didn't
Jesus
think
Christ.
I would need to form the
My
Rebel
civil rights
Alliance
revoked.
at this point in my life. I didn't know if we were going to be talking about the fire hose of terribleness on the pod. But yeah, no, right there with you, Marcus. Another day, another terrible thing. We're moving right along.
It ain't been 10 days, and this just got me fucking. I feel like Obama after he got out of the office with all gray hair. Every day is just an ass whooping, just whooping my ass. So yeah, for sure.
Like that scene in Saving Private Ryan where like Matt Damon just ages, but like what's happening to all of us.
Yep.
That'll be us.
It's been rough. So
I just want to call out a comment. Yes, Paw Patrol is authoritarian propaganda. I completely agree. 100%. It's a police state, normalization of a police state. I totally agree.
The lead dog
totally agree.
is a German Shepherd police dog. So I mean
That he is.
But Doug, how was your hiatus?
That he is. And you know what?
So this is not the episode where we dismantle the system?
No,
not
not
yet.
today.
Okay,
That's
I got it
next
confused.
week.
I mean, it's whenever we're ready. Whenever we want to do it, we can do
Look,
it.
You're not
okay.
you're not wrong, but you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong.
Too much for the opener. Too much.
Yeah,
for the
maybe that
opener.
was
Here's what I'm
too
gonna
much.
say.
Maybe I dipped my toe in too
I'm
much.
sorry, my
That's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Here's
No,
Frank,
I should have let it be.
You're not wrong. Here's the thing though.
I didn't need a thought. I didn't.
That's why I think it would be. That's why I think
Rebel
it's
Alliance.
so important. We have an episode about where Ryder gets his money.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if he's getting his money from corporations,
Boycott
and
him.
that's the reason why Chase isn't showing up and investigating them.
Yeah.
Then there's a conflict of interest here,
Yeah.
and the dog needs to be stopped.
Where were the dogs when TikTok got banned? I really feel like I
Great
lived a
question.
life
Oh my
in
God.
these in the past 5
Suddenly
weeks we've
silent?
been gone. There has been a life that I have
Yeah.
lived, and it's
Yes.
been a fucking
Yes.
hell of a life.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
TikTok
I
got
think it-
banned.
I think it's oddly
new
convenient
president.
that the
I mean, who
recycling
knows?
dog
Everything.
isn't out here, speaking out against the whole oil boom that we're gonna see again with our current presidential
man.
situation. There's things that they're oddly silent on.
And the airplane
Where's this
dog can't even
motherfucker
learn
getting his
about
money?
the Tuskegee Airmen anymore because of DEI rollbacks.
Yep,
Like,
that's
what
right.
a crack of bullshit. Anyway,
There was another
What'd
dog.
you do for your break?
There was another dog. It was another bulldog, and it got canceled because of all this shit getting rolled back. So
There is actually a black lab on there. They don't say it's a black dog, but I'm pretty sure it's a black dog.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
I didn't
I
know
agree,
that.
100%.
That's
I
really
agree.
Brian's face says, "Let's move on." So, Doug, what did you do for your break?
Good break. I, like Brian, spent an inordinate amount of time playing Marvel Rivals.
Excellent.
More time than I thought I would.
Yep.
Y'all, that is not my style of game. Like that.
But you keep playing it.
I keep going back, and here's how I know it's become a problem. I'm watching other people play the game to try to pick up on strategy. And that's how I know this is becoming like a thing for me.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
it's like normally I would play it and be like, oh, that was fun. And now it's like, yeah, but how do I get better? Like, and so it's that aspect of it. I am proud to say I am a Magneto main. That's who I am
Excellent.
as a person. He fits my my Leroy Jenkins play style a little bit, 'cause I can get in there, shield, and then get out again. So that works for me. Besides that, I mean, I took 2 trips. We went to Disneyland
excellent.
while we were on break, which was a lot of fun, wild, a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but wild. If someone would have told me that of the 12 people that opened and then proceeded to close that Disneyland theme park if you had said it was going to be just me and Harrison, I would have been like,
Wow.
certainly there would have been more people.
Did you really?
Brian, we showed up for a rope drop at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
We
Wow.
rope dropped a ride, and then the only two people who were left for fireworks were me and my son. Like,
No way, that's really dope.
Yeah.
He's gonna remember that for the rest of his life.
That
And
is
there were
a
two-
fire memory.
And so they were all sitting around. We were waiting for fireworks to start. And so finally I was like, ooh, the wait for Pirates of the Caribbean is really short.
Yeah.
Little thing about me in Disneyland, Pirates of the Caribbean, like the original Pirates of the Caribbean ride, is my favorite. I don't know why.
Really?
There's something about it. I just really appreciate it. Like, and so I took him on that. And then I got a text that was like, hey, we all went to the hotel. Let us know if you decide to stay for fireworks. I was like, okay. So then we just shut that bitch down. So
Just the two of y'all in the whole park?
it was, I mean, of the group that we were with. I mean, obviously it was packed, but yes, it was just the two of us out of the rest of the stick.
That's so awesome.
What a fantastic memory, man.
So yeah, so it was awesome. And I got to ride some run some fun Marvel rides, which were cool. So like the Spider-Man ride was awesome.
Phenomenal.
So yeah, it was just all in all a good trip. And then Gator Watch 2025. I went to New Orleans 2 weeks ago. And that was a lot of fun. I made some decisions. I drank something called a hand grenade, which I was really excited about. Not so excited about it in the morning when I had a headache, but I was excited about it at the time.
Well,
and that's just that city is just fucking interesting, man. Like it's fascinating to me. It's just sort of like
so much. It's like when people say rich in history, that place is like rich.
God, yeah.
So rich in culture.
It was like
history.
Roman. It was like a lemon lime type of deal. Like it was, and it's just what's weird to me is like it's the only place that I've been to where people are actively trying to get you to come into their establishment.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just kind of hang around outside and like, hey, we got some cool stuff going on here. You know, you want to come in here? And it's like, do I? I mean, if you went into that place with a yes and mentality, you would be in a lot of trouble because they'd be like, don't you want to come? Don't you want to come here? You'd be like, yep, I sure do. What you got going on in here? And that's
Doug,
just
in the comments, people want to know what does a hand grenade taste like?
it does taste. It's got like a lemon lime and then just alcohol taste.
Okay.
So imagine like a lemon lime beverage, but as you get to the bottom, you're like, oh, that's where it is. And like,
okay. I didn't know if there was something more to it.
No, but for context, it's like one of those. It's like a tube. And this is the thing about me is that when I went here, I kept joking about all of this. Like I kept joking with my friends from work. I'm like, I'm going to get me like 8 or 9 of those tube drinks. That's what I'm going to do. Like, and I would just say this out loud. And I shit you not, it was a plastic drink that had a grenade at the bottom, a grenade shape at the bottom, and then just a long tube up. And the grenade was like making a face. So yeah, kind of like a Spike Sierra Mist, but like worse. Like somehow worse.
So something here. I'm trying to share it here.
Yeah, share it up.
Hold it up.
You got it.
Pull it up.
Pull it. Look at Brian. Production up. Sixers.
No, I'm sharing. I have like the photo, but it's grayed out. There it is.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I drank.
Now, listeners, for those that can't see, this shit looks devilish. It's got a face at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look like it means Doug well at all. In fact, it's staring back at him.
The face at the bottom is the problem.
Yeah.
That's
how much was this?
Marcus, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, did you nurse this, or was this just
Brian,
gone in
absolutely
3
not. That's the problem. Is
you down this?
I was like you guys. I have 2 kids. I don't drink at my house. I am a social creature. Like, if I go out with a group of people and everybody's having fun, I turn into Frank the Tank. I'm like, fuck it, let's do another one. Like, that's who I turn into. Like, it's not like I'm.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm like 2 different people. That was all. Chris nailed it. Chris nailed it before I could say it. Tito came out. That's what happened.
And Roman said it's a hand grenade. It has to go in one shot.
Yeah, I mean, they explode and do damage. They don't. You don't nurse one of those.
But the thing about New Orleans is going to put the right amount of alcohol in anything that it's going to give you.
100%.
Yeah.
You drink more, you buy more, you drink more. So, like, for sure.
Right. That's exactly it. Yeah. I will say I had some of the most amazing seafood I've ever had. I had a seafood jambalaya that changed my life. I had a shrimp po' boy that changed my life. Like, it was just so good.
I bet the shrimp down there is amazing.
It was just absolutely phenomenal.
Some crawdads while you was there too.
I wish I could have found a place to have some crawdads. And so the only other thing that I'll say is that there are no alligators just walking the streets. I want to make that really clear. They're not just hanging out. I did see a possum just hanging out on the street.
It's an animal.
It counts. It counts.
Did you, in your head of Louisiana, did you think like gators walked the streets with people?
I mean, Brian, this like Florida. Louisiana is one of those states where it's like, hey, come see our alligators. We got them fucking everywhere, man. And so I
at the alligator swamp. Not the city lights.
Never heard that.
You roll into that and they're like, hey, if you're going somewhere where there might be water, look out for gators. And so I was like, it looks wet everywhere. So maybe they're just around. I don't know.
We gotta take you back. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go track down a gator.
I want to go with Marcus. Like, I think my experience would be very different with
that.
Marcus.
Would be so dangerous. Oh my god, we would have a good time.
It would be very dangerous. We would
have a good time.
I go back.
We would have a good time.
Brian,
if you, oh god, all three of us, oh god,
me no kids, we'd have two Frank the Tanks. It's wild.
That's exactly what would happen.
Listen, imagine a hand grenade, and then we go to a fucking comic book store in New Orleans.
Oh no,
God, that would be so fucking. And you can take it and walk the street with the drinks too. Oh
yeah,
God, man.
They don't drive through daiquiris, whatever you want.
We went to a really good. Actually, I got a comic book from there when we had our conference in New Orleans a couple years ago, and they had a nice book. It was a bookstore at the bottom and a vinyl store at the top. Super fire. Sweet. Nice. Really amazing place. I pulled a vinyl from there. Just a really dope, but they have a lot of hidden spots like that are just really, really dope. So I definitely would do that.
But yeah, that was me. Got into did a little bit of that, and then came back and had pneumonia and influenza at the same time. So I died a little bit. But now I'm feeling better because of the modern medicine.
You sound great.
Thank you. Yeah. That's all that matters to me.
We're not part of the World Health Organization anymore, so be careful.
That's good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Very bleak.
There's going to be moments like that all year where someone goes like, man, too bad we can't do that anymore. I'm like, fuck, yeah, you're right. We can't do that. Like,
it's just too bad we can't drink out the same water fountain anymore. Remember the days?
God, that's
man, it was good while it lasted, man.
I really like sharing my water.
I missed the integration. Man, I gotta go. Now I gotta go in the back to use the bathroom again.
Yeah, not us though, right, Brian? We'll be fine.
Films in white.
Just the printer paper podcast. It's just as boring as you think it is.
It's
everybody get ready for Black History Month year. It's the last one, ladies and gentlemen.
But we're gonna go out with a bang.
Go out with a bang before some executive order cancels it.
Yep, that's right. Gentlemen.
Yeah,
we need to do a bracket. Like we need to get into it. We need to talk about.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes,
that
please.
I thought was funny?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all saw this. Can y'all guess the 2 lowest watched Marvel shows that came out? Without searching.
In the past year?
Yeah.
Or just of all time?
In the past. I think it said in the past year, but it might have been all time.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Echo and I'm sorry, Nikki in the chat.
Gentlemen, we're all legally female now, sisters. I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, she's not wrong.
Where I'm trying to understand this. Gentlemen, we are legally female now, sisters. I don't understand.
It was another Trump nonsense thing. Like it was another it was another where he was trying to define who was what at birth. And given the way genetics work,
So
technically we are all female now. Based
Technically,
on
we're all
definition.
female because of like the way it was worded in the executive order, like based on the way chromosomes work. We
Yes.
all start as female,
Oh.
right in the womb, and then the male gene, like the X, doesn't activate until
Yeah.
after, like
Yes.
the human baby's been whatever. So the way they wrote it,
Mhm.
we're all women. So
we're
way to
fucked.
go, 45,
Fucked.
47, whatever that
We
hell
are
the number
fucked,
you are.
man.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a
I
little
never
Uh,
thought dystopia would happen so quickly. Yeah, sorry.
bit.
I Echo
think-
and Miss Marvel. That's what I'm gonna throw out there.
I was gonna say Agatha all along and
Oh.
Hawkeye.
It was actually Agatha all along in Echo. And
Oh,
Agatha all along is not getting a second season anymore.
That is criminal.
Yeah, they said it's not getting a second season. And the director didn't even want to direct WandaVision season 2. So something like they offered that to the director,
Jesus.
and they was
Wow.
like, "No, I'm okay." So
I'm really
not-
surprised about WandaVision season
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
That seems like an easy layup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But if
I
you
gotta
story,
I gotta
don't know.
watch Agatha still.
Me too.
Agatha is so good. It's a top 10 show of 2024.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'd
Ugh.
seen the first 2 episodes and I enjoyed it so far, but just never stuck with it after that. So I just
Nothing
gotta
really
go back
called
to it.
out to me. Once Daredevil gets out here, nobody says shit to me.
Oh no, yeah, that's
That
gonna
shit
be my
was
life
good.
for a while.
Daredevil. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's
good.
gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also very excited because I finally watched Interstellar. And I watched it
Welcome.
as Christopher Nolan intended on my phone on an airplane. So
He's
God.
crying right now, and he
He's
doesn't
so-
know why.
he's so it's
Captain's
like,
log, mark the date, January 27th, 2025. Doug watched Interstellar.
it's like remember when Ben Kenobi's on the Millennium Falcon and he sits down and he's like, oh God. I
feel-
just heard 1,000 voices call out, and then we're suddenly
Yes.
silenced. He
Yeah.
sat down and went, ugh. He's just like somebody farted, and he's just like, ugh.
Somebody watched this on a phone and not in a
Somebody watched this on a
theater.
phone.
He's directing the Odyssey, and he's like fucking losing his fucking mind right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was so good. I enjoyed it a lot.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah,
It's-
Interstellar.
it's
I'd
very
say
good.
It's top 3
I
Nolan.
don't know why I
yeah.
waited. I don't.
Matthew
know why I waited
McConaughey
so
also, I forget that it's him because he
Yeah.
just
Yes.
he carries that so well. So yeah,
and
Oh,
he
he
does.
does.
He does such a good job. So
Yeah.
such a good job.
Nolan gets a great performance out of him, and
Mhm.
man, that you think of McConaughey being this like kind of guy, but like he like dials in for the drama, like
Brian,
that and
Brian,
True
thanks
Detective.
for not doing like the all right. Like thanks
He's
for
You
going
think
a
of
different angle with it.
McConaughey, he's
Yeah.
just kind of goofy.
He
He's
is-
just like a
he's
little
very
goofy.
goofy.
I don't know,
He is goofy. He's
like a
very
walking
goofy.
caricature of something. I
Of
don't-
somebody from Texas.
Yeah, I guess.
A little bit. Yeah. He's got a whistle in his voice. I heard James Marsden do an impression of him. And
Oh,
now
funny.
every time I hear him talk, I can only hear the whistle when he talks. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, he's
Oh
gonna get
no.
that fixed
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
for sure. But Brian, you came up
Oh.
with a whole bracket for the movies we watched during season 5.
Sure
I
did.
would love it if you would get into those. So let's get into those.
Excellent. Because my settings are messed up. I'm shit. Thank you. You did it.
did somebody give? Oh, did you do it, Doug?
I
Okay.
did it. We're on
Okay,
it.
okay, thank you.
All right, sweet. So yes, for all of you joining us for the bracket, listeners, live stream audience, we are taking every movie that we saw last year and we are putting it into a bracket.
That's a lot.
These are movies that were not necessarily released in 2024. These are just movies we watched in 2024.
Disclaimer.
Now we haven't run into a situation yet where like the movie of the year was a movie that wasn't released in 2024. Haven't run into that yet. I don't think we'll run into it tonight. But that
We
is
might.
possible.
We might.
So I do really quickly, I want to give a list for everybody
Please.
just to run it down here. So the movies that we saw, these are not in chronological order. Dune 2, Wicked, Rebel Moon, Scargiver,
Jesus,
Civil
I
War, American Psycho, Equalizer 3, The First Resident Evil, Anaconda, Deadpool and Wolverine, Godzilla -1, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Venom: The Last Dance, Self-Reliance, Madam Web, Hot Frosty, Underwater, Don't Be a Menace, Bad Boys Ride or Die, Joker 2, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and Red 1.
You know what you can never say about us as Sixers? You know what I mean?
What's that?
What's that?
That is that we are not a diverse movie squad.
No.
Oh, no.
No one can accuse us of having a particular like favoritism towards one
No.
studio or genre because we watched a bunch of
Oscar
random shit.
nominated Dune 2 to Hot
Yep.
Frosty. I mean, we really covered the gamut there, guys.
From Wicked to Madam Web. Like we watched it all.
Yeah.
God.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's everything's here. You got your snake scary movie, and then you have your scary white people movie, American Psycho. It's wild. We're everywhere here.
I didn't know we were in the sequel already. It's so
I did
quick.
not. That's we are. We're in
It's
it.
true.
right now.
Yeah.
Here we are. Make
So
America Psycho again.
What are we arguing here? What is the point that we really? I know for the first couple we'll duke it out and we can kind of bullshit it, but when we
Yeah.
get to think of it, what are we crowning here?
We are crowning the best movie we watched last year. So
Yes.
All right.
we're just
And we have to
taking
be
all
in
the
agreement,
movies.
right?
Yes.
Isn't it? It's majority rules.
Well, I
so
mean
it's like-
majority.
Yeah.
Right.
Majority. And it's
If
just
I can
the
tell
best
you right
movie.
now, Anaconda's going to make it a long way. I need
And
both
it's
of you to
good.
understand.
I know that.
I need you
I
to
know that.
understand. I'm going to push Anaconda as far as I can.
As soon as Brian read it and you let out that little giggle, I said we're gonna have a fucking fight about Anaconda.
It's gonna be-
We are. Yeah, we are.
It's gonna be like Anaconda versus Wicked for the championship. Which sums up this podcast pretty well.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Round
Hit me.
one. We're starting it off here. Don't Be a Menace versus Underwater.
Now, Underwater is
Yeah, remind me
was
about
the-
Underwater.
Alien fetus movie that we watched,
Ooh.
where they
yeah.
were the research institution underwater with guest star Stephanie Williams joining us. This was her
love
pick.
Stephanie Williams.
That's right.
Friend of the podcast.
and I kept showing a picture of the fetus.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
kept
you did
showing a
do that.
picture of the
You
alien
did do
fetus thing they found.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Underwater with Kristen Stewart, and she's running around being
That's
like,
right.
I don't die." And then Don't Be a Menace, a Wayans classic. I
Do
think
I
it's the
still
best.
do I still have that fetus picture? on
Please, no, I think we deleted it after
I
that.
hope not.
Yeah.
there? Nope, we don't. Everybody's in luck. We don't. Good news, everybody. We don't. I'm
Rest
gonna go.
easy.
I'm gonna go with Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, I'm also going with.
I was also
Don't
going
Be
to say Don't Be a Menace. I just wasn't going to say
Yeah.
nothing. I liked
Yeah.
Underwater. I like that it was like part of that alien universe.
Yeah.
I think is what it was tied to, right?
There was some tie there that the
There was some
director
tie.
made.
Yeah.
There was a nod to it, but it was a really deep cut.
The company that
Yes.
financed the research lab
Yeah,
is
that's
the
it.
same company that finances
It's
the
Wayland, isn't it?
spaceship
Yes,
in the
yes.
future
Yeah.
Wayland International, I think. Yeah.
for Alien. Yeah. All right. Don't Be a Menace. Congratulations. All right, that's our
did it.
first decision.
Love
Excellent.
On
Now
our-
it gets
on our way.
weirder. Red 1 versus Venom: The Last Dance,
Ugh.
which I mean,
I liked
man.
Red One a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think
Yeah,
Red
I
One.
like Red One.
I
I
got
think
my
Red
jokes
One's-
off for Red One, but I like Red One.
I think Red One's a better movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I enjoy. I mean, Venom: The Last Dance was entertaining. And this is where we're kind of caught. It's like it was an entertaining podcast to do because we got
Yeah.
to talk about it. But yeah, I think it's for me, it's probably Red One.
I mean, yeah.
Nikki
Red
said,
1 had
Red One, Red
ripped-
One, Red One.
Like Red 1 had ripped Krampus. All right. Like
It did.
that's-
Yeah, it had Jack Krampus.
I don't know what else to say there. Okay. Self-Reliance, which we saw a year ago, versus Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire.
Self Reliance was the one with the guy
Jake-
from New Girl.
Jake Johnson.
Yeah, Jake
Yep.
Johnson from New Girl, and he's the like. Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah,
You
he's
gotta
trying to
live, you gotta
survive.
survive, right?
He's
Yep.
trying to survive assassins trying to kill him, and if he lives for 24 hours, he
Wins
gets $1
like
million.
Yeah,
Anna
that's-
Kendrick is supporting in it.
That's
Um,
right. Yep, that's right.
The problem
Um,
with both of these movies is, for me, they both dragged a little bit longer than they
Yeah,
should
they
have.
did.
Yeah.
I am a Ghostbusters fan, though.
Okay,
I like Ghostbusters as a franchise better, so I'm gonna go Ghostbusters.
I think
I'm gonna
You and
go.
you and I are on the same page, Marcus.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dissent with Self-Reliance.
I'm not.
I don't
mad
know.
At that.
I don't know. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire just
Not
didn't.
memorable.
Self-Reliance had more soul. I think is like.
There you go. All right.
I agree
I'll
with
go
that too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
Folks.
Ooh,
This
fuck.
is the one.
matchup. This is the matchup we all wanted.
This is the matchup that you'll remember.
This
You
is-
probably won't remember
This
the
is
final
Duke
pick.
versus North Carolina. That's what this is.
Man, folks, we have
Chiefs versus the Eagles, baby.
Okay, I can do this. Joker 2 versus Madam Web.
Oh my god. Oh,
Okay, we're going better. All right, all seriousness, just real quick.
Yes.
We're going better movie. Is that what we're
is
picking?
the better movie?
I know,
I
Chris. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
mean, like,
It's got to be Joker
I-
2, right?
oh see,
Madam
I
Web
was-
is a shit show from beginning to
thing.
end.
Here's the thing.
I
I
don't
might
know.
go Madam Web.
I'm
But you
teetering
can't go
towards
'cause
Madam
it's
Web.
funny.
Oh
Wait
no,
a
I'm
minute.
not. I'm not going because
As
it's
the
funny.
better movie.
I
Ma-
think there is enough craziness in there that it is an enjoyable experience.
Am I tripping?
Look.
It's one of those that's so bad that you enjoy watching it.
If here's the thing, like if you're like which one is going to be better, Madam Web or Joker 2 for my Friday night, I'm going to be like Madam Web.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, Madam
Like-
Web, yeah.
Here's the other thing. Madam Web is short. It's on
Yeah.
the shorter side. I mean,
It is funner to watch. I'll go Madam Web too.
Ro-
Joker 2, as I remember in
Ro-
my
Roman
remembrance,
with
it
the
pissed
C.
me off.
Roman with the
look, we did talk mad crap about
did.
Madam Web.
We
Yeah.
did.
I'm
we
not
did.
I'm not saying it's a good movie.
Oh,
I'm saying
God,
it's
no.
To
better
be
than
fair,
Joker
we
2.
talked mad shit about Joker 2 too, though, because it really did piss us off that it didn't make any sense.
It's just
And
too
I think
clever.
as a bomb to follow up Joker, like the original, it
Mhm.
bombed so bad that I think Madam Web as its own original
Yeah.
piece kind of like was bad, but it was bad as an attempt. Joker
I
2
mean-
was a follow-up to a $1 billion fucking movie,
I
and
mean,
it bombed fucking terribly.
I want to. Here's the thing about Madam Web. I would rewatch Madam Web just so I can hear the ADR of the guy who plays
Yes.
the black suit Spider-Man. I would
Yes.
listen to that just again. There's not a lot I'm going back to Joker 2 for.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, Joker
also-
2 made me watch Lady Gaga sing badly. Why the hell would I go back?
that is true. Madam
I
Web.
also find it insane that you could watch Joker 2 on an airplane. Like the amount of the movies that they have that United has decided that it wants to have, like it kept pushing Harold and the Purple Crayon, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
no, I don't
Yeah.
want to ruin my flight. So,
Fucking Zachary Levi.
Oh
Damn,
man.
Zachary Levi.
Fuck that guy.
Congratulations, Madam Web.
You did
You
it.
are going to be
We
the
did
best
talk
of the
other shit.
worst.
Yeah, God.
That's going to go up against Rebel Moon next. Good
It's
luck.
gonna go up against
everybody.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Watch. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, folks. And then we have Hot Frosty versus Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I mean, Bad Boys Ride or
Bad
Die.
It's
Boys,
Bad
Bad Boys
Boys
Ride or Die.
3.
Yeah,
Hot Frosty was not a good movie.
Hot
it was
Frosty
absolutely not.
is only, I mean, like it's fine at Christmas. Bad Boys Ride or Die is good any time of the year.
That's true.
All right.
Hmm,
All right.
it's fine
First
at
round is
Christmas.
done, folks. We're moving on.
Moving on to round 2.
Okay.
This is tough. We got
Fight.
Dune 2
Ooh.
versus Don't Be a Menace.
All right, black people, I love us now, but Dune 2 was a pretty well done movie. I cannot lie to you.
Yeah.
I can rewatch Don't Be a
Yeah.
Minute 1,000 times though, so don't get it twisted. But Dune 2 is
I
like
agree.
that's a good movie.
That
I-
scene at the end
yeah.
where he is like just popping off against the whole like
Yep.
galactic empire, I think
Yep.
is something special.
He's like, no, I don't need my bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They're my girl right here. Oh, you know what I mean? This is my girls, and they just disappear into
Yep.
the dance. Like, how could you? How
Yes.
could you, Chalamet?
Yeah.
He had to make it. That's a hard choice.
A knock of the dish, or what do they call it? That's not a knock of the dish. What is it?
The no, that's not what it is.
Let's talk about Khalid. Let's talk about
Me,
Khalid.
my knife chip and shatter.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
That's good.
All right. Yeah, man. I forgot Florence Pugh Pugh was in
I
that.
just want to yell that at
Her fine
random
ass.
strangers.
I know. It just sounds racist if I do it out loud. I just don't want to.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Next matchup.
Oh, he
speaking of
lost.
Problematic things is Deadpool and Wolverine versus Anaconda.
Look, let's talk about
Deadpool
Anaconda.
and
I
Wolverine.
already know
talk
what that is.
Brian, Deadpool and Wolverine. Put my vote down. Thank you.
Look,
Yeah.
you know what Deadpool and Wolverine doesn't have? Fucking John Voight. Like, just
Look,
there's no John Voight in that movie. There's
Look.
no.
You want to know why there's no
Will
John
he?
Voight?
Won't he have a Mexican accent? There's no him glaring at anybody from across a 6-foot boat. You guys, that's
Will he? Won't he have a Mexican accent? It's hilarious.
got
he
the
might.
snack-
He might not. He
You
might
want to
not.
know why John Voight was not in Deadpool and Wolverine? Because he was at the Trump rally.
They could
Yeah,
didn't have enough
probably.
awards to give
Yeah.
him. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I'm going Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Look, I've been waiting a long time for a lot of things in that movie, and it was also a
That's
good
true.
movie on top of it. So, I mean,
I have to represent Anaconda, but yes, you are correct.
I did rewatch
Deadpool.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I did
That
too.
movie
Yeah?
was still good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed what they did there. That was really good.
yeah, it was very enjoyable, and it stands. It can stand alone too, even without all the fan service, even though it's interwoven in. But
Yeah.
I mean, what other movie am I going to get a joke about Hugh Jackman's divorce? Like, come on.
That's a
Like,
great point.
True.
all right, folks. American Psycho versus Red One.
I mean, American Psycho, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what it feels like. I mean, that
Yeah,
movie is
it's
such a
classic.
It's such a classic.
Yeah.
What it did for that type of horror genre, like
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, well, American Psycho. We got to put that in Red One. Is Dwayne Johnson?
He's like,
probably.
yeah, we gotta get Huey Lewis in the news in Red One.
Get that in Red One. Okay. I hope this is easy. We have Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire versus Civil War.
Oh
Look,
God,
Ghostbusters was a masterpiece.
I'm going Civil War. This
Civil War.
might be my movie of the year. I don't know.
That one hit a little bit too close to home, but yeah, it's Civil War.
My favorite
Yeah.
part, I'm picking Civil War, if only for the story of Marcus telling me that he took an edible 5 minutes into that
Jeez.
movie.
Jeez.
That movie
Marcus,
hadn't
that
even
sounds
started, and
terrifying.
he goes, "Oh no!"
'Cause when she was climbing over them damn dead bodies in that ditch, I said, "Oh God, this is just too."
Oh.
Yeah, that
Man.
was rough.
I would
Yeah.
be freaking out,
That'd
man.
be a lot.
I think I'm two bad takes doing like two bad movies to take edibles for. One was Nope, and the second one is Civil War.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
so yeah, Doug was with me for both of those
For both of
experiences.
The way you would need to hold my hand.
Ooh, fuck.
Ooh,
That's
for
that
Nope.
damn monkey at the beginning of Nope with the
Oh
edible.
my god!
Jeez.
Or the part where,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah,
or the
it
part
was
where you're
tough.
in its mouth,
Man.
like
Yep.
it's sucking
Going through the
people
tube.
up.
Oh God,
Yep.
I was sunk into the damn seat.
Giving me
Oh God,
shivers.
Yep,
not making great decisions.
that's okay.
Wow.
You live and you learn.
Speaking of
Sometimes we
decisions, we watched Rebel Moon Scargiver and Madam Web last year. So that is the decision we have right now before us. Rebel Moon, the sequel, versus Madam Web.
Okay, hear me out.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I would rewatch Madam Web before I would rewatch Rebel Moon.
Oh, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I do not want to be near Rebel Moon. I
And
don't
I
want to
missed-
look at it. I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't even want it to be in the same room as me.
I missed this episode. I think I didn't watch or I didn't get a chance to watch the sequel.
Yeah.
I ended up watching it like a couple weeks back, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oof, this is not. It's just not
This ain't
good.
it. No.
It's just
Yeah.
not good. No,
Yeah.
And and he made a director's cut of that one too.
he
Right?
did.
He sure
He did a
did.
rated R version and like the director's cut. Look at Nikki said LMAO Madam Web making its way to the top.
Yeah,
Madam Web right now is she's made it to the quarterfinals here.
Yeah,
I
stepping
mean,
over bodies. Yep.
I think she'll get knocked out by
He's gonna
by
get
the
knocked
result
out.
of
Yeah,
the
you're
next
right.
one though.
Yeah,
We have the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou versus Equalizer 3.
I am over Snyder's fandom. I was in it, and now I get to watch
Yeah.
it. I feel like this is what post MAGA nut clarity feels like too.
Oh,
Like I'm just very much like over that shit. You know what I mean? Like they're just
Post-nut
assholes. They're just
clarity.
assholes, Chris. That's it.
Yeah.
They do too fucking much. Like
They
this
just
whole they just
do
do
Yeah.
too fucking much. Let it go. He should have
Yeah.
just
You guys,
made his new movie.
they
and
did it
let it go.
For perspective, they did it when we watched the Superman trailer.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Remember, they were in the comments like, "This is gonna be terrible. Restore the
This shit is
Snyderverse."
Yeah.
bring
like,
back Zack Snyder. And even Zack Snyder said, I don't want to go back. I'm just over it. So yeah, they doing
it's
too
a lot.
fucking much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the Life Aquatic just because
That's
that's like
Yeah.
my personal
He's got to.
favorite. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
liked
really
the-
enjoyed the Equalizer 3.
Equalizer 3 was
it
different.
was good. It was fun.
Yeah. However, I will go Life Aquatic just because
Yeah.
that was something new, and to see Doug's favorite, I like that series that we did of
That was a
watching
fun
each
one.
other's favorites.
Yeah.
So
I
I'll
agree.
go with
That's
Life
another good one.
Aquatic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that all makes sense. Equalizer 3 is fine. Just Life Aquatic. There was just a lot more there.
Mhm.
All right. So our next matchup is Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil
Oh, Jesus,
versus
I watched that.
Godzilla -1.
That's tough.
I forgot we watched Resident Evil.
We did.
We did because that was my movie. That was my entry.
That was yours. That
into
was your entry. Yeah.
the core memory movies. I don't
Yeah.
know
Core
how we
memory
phrased
movies.
it,
Yeah. That was the
but,
series we did. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Resident Evil top to bottom, but Godzilla -1,
It's hard to top, man.
I was blown
How did you make
away.
it? How did we make a Godzilla movie that is also a current commentary on
Yeah,
like wartime and the decisions people make? Like this is.
Yeah, I gotta go Godzilla -1.
I am
Yeah.
also going Godzilla -1.
Mila
Resident
Jovovich-
Evil is a classic
Love it.
though. It's set
It is.
off.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's classic, but no, Godzilla -1 by a mile.
Mhm.
Oh geez. Bad Boys Ride or Die or Wicked is the matchup.
I'm gonna throw us off here just to start. I did not
all right.
see Wicked, so I'm
Okay,
going
that's
Bad
true, you
Boys Ride or
didn't.
Die.
Okay. I mean, Wicked it's no contest to me. Bad Boys Ride or Die is a fun popcorny movie. Wicked changes lives, I feel like, at this point.
I'm not mad.
I'm gonna go Wicked. Like I
Yeah.
think Bad Boys Ride or Die, I think is a great action movie, but I think in terms of performance, I think for me it's Wicked.
I would
Yeah.
agree. I agree
Yep.
with all that.
Yep. All
That
right.
Bad Boys, you can make a Bad Boys sequel, and it was good for a sequel or a
Yes,
sequel. I don't
yeah,
know what you
yep.
call it.
Mhm.
Wicked, you had to hit that shit. Like they had to nail
Yeah,
that
100%.
shit the first time in order to get, you know what I mean? And
The
they did
stakes
that.
were a lot higher.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, we're down to the Elite 8 here.
Ooh-wee.
Starting off with Dune 2 versus Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh, that's tough.
That's actually kind of a tough matchup.
It's a little tough. It's a little tough.
All right, now as we get to this Elite 8, I'm gonna be the guy. We got to go more than like, oh, I liked it or I would rewatch it. Someone check that, Doug. Someone check that. What's that? Oh,
It's me. We're both doing it at the same time.
Someone check that Doug hasn't been replaced by a pod person. He picked a musical. I know.
I did.
Antonio.
No,
Banderas.
Doug is on record as being like Wicked is the one. It
But
is
do you
the
remember
one
when he
musical he does?
He was like doing a review and was dropping all the like theatrical
yeah.
terms. I was
Yeah,
like,
I surprised Brian.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
So as we look at this Elite 8, we can't go just like, "Ooh, this is my favorite," or "I would rewatch this one." I feel like we got to go a layer deeper. I don't know what
Okay.
that is, but I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean,
I'm gonna
I
start to
feel-
bring quality into it a little bit more.
I
and
agree.
And here's what I mean by that. Like Deadpool and Wolverine it did a good job of bringing things together we never thought we would see together before.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the visuals in Dune were something else. Like
I-
the way the
yeah.
cinematography was structured, the way that some of those shots were laid out. I just think that Dune 2, in terms of what it was elevated to a little bit of a higher level, which is why I'm going Dune 2.
I
Okay.
mean, Dune 2 feels like a massive 8-course meal at like the best restaurant
Oh yeah.
you know of, and like you finish and they're like, would you like more? And you're like, what
Please,
is
more.
there?
Mhm.
And Deadpool and Wolverine is probably going to be like the best burger and fries you've ever had in your life.
It's unlimited soup and salad and breadsticks at Olive Garden. Like
Can
you
I-
know exactly what it is, it's not going to change how you feel about it, but you're going to go there and it's going to be a good time.
Could I possibly sway either one of you gentlemen, or are you pretty much like set that this is your answer?
I am open to.
I mean,
I'm always open.
Like, could you be swayed, or are you like more like no? I think Doom 2.
I think I could be.
The only reason that I would play devil's advocate for, and I agree with Doom 2. I think Doom 2, as far as content and not feeling like it's a 2-hour movie, a 2-hour whatever piece of change movie, and then the cast that you have surrounding that film the topic, to be able to tell that story in such a way to keep people compelled, I think is like fantastic, right? Deadpool and Wolverine, though, there was a lot of hype built up around it.
Yeah.
You can make a left turn at any point by doing too much. And I think that anything with the Deadpool movies is they kind of nail not doing too much. They give you just enough. You're wondering how you bring back an older Hugh Jackman. You're wondering how this Wolverine fits into the story. And it kind of cleans up. I think I give it more credit because it's Disney's cleanup. It's Disney's Band-Aid. They had been missing. Not missing, but they really not hitting it like they usually do. And you get to Deadpool and Wolverine where you have this ability to make something rated R with two classic characters, things that people have wanted to see, with an ending that felt justified. That we could see these characters at any point. God forbid. I don't know what's going on with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know either.
Yeah, but
is there something going on?
Apparently, yes. Haley Warren has texted me all the drama about it, and it's been like it's a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I do think that Deadpool and Wolverine kind of did the hard job of bringing a character back, bringing two mutants to screen, and doing it in a rated R kind of way, and then making $1 billion off of a rated R movie.
I will also say they have some really great. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds do give performances that go beyond their typical entry into those characters. That line from Hugh Jackman in the van, where he is saying, and it's one of God's greatest jokes, that you can't die. Like that whole sequence that's pretty incredible. Like, and delivered so well where it's like, ouch, like that hurt. Yeah. So I think it's a good point, Marcus. It's a good point.
I don't think it's enough. However, I don't think it's enough, as I was explaining it, for me to sway. I'm going with Dune 2.
Okay.
Because Dune 2 just did something to my nuts. Like when I left the theater, I was like, "Fuck, that's a good movie."
I believe that was the IMAX sound.
It was definitely
it was the IMAX sound, and then it was also the popcorn bucket. That was
that's right. I forgot I bought that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Dune 2. And shouts out to Timothy Chalamet. This guy is like really good on SNL. He's really good in Dune 2.
Yeah.
He's about his art. And I think that as a young man, him and Tom Holland are like the future of when it comes to like movie making.
I agree.
Like right now. And I'm really excited to see what they do beyond this.
I really want to see a Complete Unknown. It's as a Bob Dylan fanatic, I want to see
the Odyssey too, though, right? The more I keep hearing about Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Tom Holland leading that, Zendaya's in it, that cast. I mean, yeah, for sure, dog.
Absolutely.
Oh God, this next one is bleak.
This next one is bleak. Welcome to the Lock Your Doors division. American Psycho versus Civil War.
This is the you should be scared matchup, but for very different reasons. You should be scared of this. Like
white people be scary division. No, this is it. That's the
I really am terrified for my future, but it's funny to
Marcus, I don't have an attic, but I will hide you in here somewhere.
Thank you, my friend. I love you.
y'all got basements.
That's true.
True.
It's nice.
I'll sleep next to the sub pump. So I'm gonna go first. I'm only saying this for the sake of that we're in the Elite Eight. Okay.
Yeah.
I think watching American Psycho, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like watching it all the way through, seeing the performance that was given. I was like, yep, this is definitely all of the classic that it is made to be. Knowing that American Psycho can be remade, possibly, I think is throwing me for a loop a little bit.
Yeah, I get
it. And it makes me want to lean more towards Civil War, because that movie described something different in the times that we're in right now. I think American Psycho really told a story from one lens of like the privileged white that white man
Yes.
privilege of power and position, right?
Yes.
And it told that story very well in a over dramatic, over the top with a cliffhanger. Love that. It's still good. I like Civil War because it really defined a world that kind of like you had to pay attention to, but I think it went under the rug because of everything else that like other movies that came out, everything else, and it wasn't hyped up. That I think if I was to go back and watch that shit right now after like post-election, for me, it might be a little bit more bleak than I would want it to be, and that is a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus, I agree with that a lot, a little bit differently, but I agree with it. The reason being is that I think American Psycho defined like a character study style movie, right? Like you're diving in and trying to really get into the motivations and how a particular character operates within the world. And I think what Civil War did really well, and the reason why I think it should go on in the bracket, is it didn't just do a character study. It did that, but for so many different facets.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Of the country. And it also did it the way it captured the experience of reporters on the field and what they experience as they go out and report these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think, I agree with you. I think it's the relevance currently, I think, is a little bit stronger for me.
I do, and I do think the recency bias, like I'll admit it, is definitely hitting me for Civil War because I feel like that movie delivered a message without being preachy, and I feel like that's really hard to do. And I feel like American Psycho is a good film. I think it is a very good film, but I also feel that Civil War, there are parts of that movie that I can just remember in my mind so clearly. Like the last 20 minutes of that movie is burned into my memory. I can't say the same for American Psycho. I remember the highlights and I remember feeling like, ooh, but like Civil War, I was locked in. It got me.
And I think the other thing about Civil War is that because it deals with so much like just general unrest, I mean, they don't ever specifically name a political party or an ideology that caused it. And I think that is so masterfully done in a movie where it's talking about division. Like, so I think well done on that front.
Any placement of the states that you're in and stuff, like how you divided the country so it wasn't just what we assumed it to be. Absolutely, Doug. That's another good point.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people pushed back on that when the movie came out, and some people got like, just, I don't know. Some people on the internet got mad about it, and I was just like, that's not the point of this movie.
You're getting mad about the wrong thing.
Yeah, like you're missing the point of the movie, which I'm sure sounds very film snobby, but I don't know how else to say. Like, the movie's about power, who has it, and like what happens when you don't pay attention. But I mean, right? Who's paying attention to that, right?
Yeah,
great point.
Meta. All right, here we are.
Probably why you needed the movie in the first fucking place.
Probably.
So this is insane.
But here we are.
This is wild as fuck.
This is wild that she made it this far.
Versus The Life Aquatic with
Look at you, Madam Web. Look at you.
I don't think there's much of a discussion here. I mean,
obviously she was down in South America where her mother studied spiders once. Like, that's obviously
before she died.
Right? These are both movies about people studying animals.
It is
true.
It is. One is supposed to be silly. The other one is not, and it got silly.
Yeah.
I'm going with The Life Aquatic.
I'm also going to go with
Life Aquatic. Yes.
Nikki, obviously, Madam.
I love how everybody's like keeping us accountable. Of like, are you sure? Do
you guys secretly like Madam Web? I think that's the hard part. In before Doug votes against his favorite movie. Oh wow, I'm stunned.
No, we're locking it in for Steve.
I do think that Madam Web. One of the hard things about this pod when we do brackets like this for me is to separate the enjoyment I get with my guys while discussing a movie from the actual movie itself.
Great point.
Madam Web was just not good. Like, let's be honest, it just was not good. But the time we had picking that shit apart, and Morbius, probably two of my favorite episodes.
Oh,
Easily.
easily. Which is why I'm so happy that when Craven comes out on streaming, we're dropping everything.
Oh,
We're
you
gonna
guys, I
watch
will
it
be there with bells on.
and review it.
I heard
and
it's
do
everything we want it to be.
And maybe we'll do a post-mortem for the Sony universe, because if this
Man,
happened
it is
over the
dead.
break, it's dead.
That's it.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's dead.
if our listeners know this, but the Sony universe is dead. It's no more.
It took about like 4 movies to be like, all right, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
Isn't it funny that Craven the Hunter was the one that was like, all right, y'all, maybe we went over our head.
Do you want to know
what I mean?
something super sad? Is that at the last like movie convention, I think it was the one in Brazil, they did like a giant free screening of Craven, and they're like, come to the screening of Craven, and the team will be there to answer your questions. Nobody showed up.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nobody
That is so sad.
not even the actors showed up.
Oh,
Like nobody showed up, which
Aw.
I'm like, golly, this thing. I don't know a more dead on arrival movie than Craven.
That's
like,
not
how
good,
about
you guys.
instead of removing the DEI with all the money y'all say we wasting, stop making fucking Spider-Man-less movies. That probably will help.
yeah,
That would save a lot of money.
yeah.
Save a lot of
Roman
money.
said it's not good in quotations, but it's one of the last movies to get eliminated. You're
Look.
damn right, Roman. You know how we get down.
Look, we gave reasoning with Rebel Moon and Joker 2. Which I can't say without laughing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, remember the slow motion wheat fields in Rebel Moon?
Oh
For no
God,
fucking
yes, I
reason.
do. Fucking
Oh,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder and his goddamn slow mo.
yeah.
Everybody's
Watch me cull
sweaty.
this wheat. Oh yeah.
Let's cut this fucking wheat so slow.
All right. Before that gets weird, too late. Godzilla -1 versus Wicked.
This one's actually hard
It,
for me.
Godzilla
it's
-1
hard.
for me. Go ahead. Put my vote in Godzilla. I didn't watch Wicked, so I got to go Godzilla -1.
Brian, this one's hard for me because
Okay.
as much as Wicked is the one
1-1.
musical that I am a big fan of,
He loved him. He loved Godzilla.
I fucking loved,
He
and
watched
I
it in
saw
black
it
and white
twice.
and in color.
I saw it
look.
in black and white and in color. That's correct.
You saw it forwards and backwards.
I did. I watched it forwards and backwards, and
He
here's
watched
the
it
reason-
segregation and post segregation.
I
Oh,
did.
man.
I watched it standing in the back as well as in like a super comfortable seat.
Oh, jeez.
I miss Doug just pushing the joke just one step further.
Rosa Parks just looking down right now, being like,
I think she got other people to look at other than this podcast. She's shivering in her timbers over other shit, not this podcast. I promise
She's
that.
looking at me going like, come on, man, just help.
Yeah.
Just be helpful. Like that's just be helpful.
Doug said, I already said I'd put my guy in the basement. Don't worry.
But yeah, was it the superior music?
got the Godzilla musical portion for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
Here's the thing. Here's what's hard about this is that Godzilla made me feel things,
Sure,
right? Like that whole storyline of being
sure,
a dad and with the kid
yes,
and the commitment of coming, but like all of that, the thought that he lost his wife or his partner, whoever that might be, those emotional ties to me felt a little bit, for me, felt stronger. I am not undermining the performances given by the
Oh wow.
okay. Fucking Chris, I'm trying to get a point out. Here's what I'm saying, Brian.
Read the comment. Read the
White
comment.
women didn't ruin Godzilla -1. Jeez.
I mean, I'm going with Godzilla -1.
This
Not
chat
for
is
that.
on
Not for
fire,
Chris's
man.
comment. Not for Chris's
Ooh,
comment.
welcome back.
Oh,
I'm
what?
going with Godzilla -1.
Welcome back, Sixer.
Wow. What? Wow.
See if either one of the leads can hit the same note as Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't see either one of them breathing fire.
I'm gonna tally. I'm gonna tally this because I'm an honorable man, but I am not pleased. Wicked
I'm
is-
surprised by this, honestly.
is clearly the better movie here, but I mean, look,
Brian,
man.
I feel like I got to give you a moment to make your argument against Doug, though, because I think
You
you can be
do.
swayed.
Look, here's what I'm gonna say. Wicked is it does so many things right that it has no business doing well. And yes, I understand Godzilla literally spits fire. I understand that.
Godzilla.
I totally get it. But the reason I love Wicked is because not only does it have like bops that you get jazzed by, being popular or loathing, but it also communicates a lot of the same messages about fascism and scapegoating that Civil War does. Does it do it as an explicit or granular extent? No. But Wicked presents these ideas and then takes the two characters you love and pits them against each other at the end of this movie, which is that makes me feel things. Godzilla -1, great film. I just feel like Wicked is a 7-layer cake, and Godzilla -1 here is a flourless chocolate cake. I love chocolate cake, but I got a 7-layer cake here that is full. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't disagree. I don't disagree. My only thought is that my only sort of counter to that is that, and it's not even a real counter because these are apples and oranges. For me, the practical effects and what they achieved without going huge with a lot of CGI when you could have is something really impressive. I mean, that scene on the boat where that fucking thing's head is right behind them.
Deranged Godzilla.
Deranged Warpath Godzilla.
Yes.
And that's a practical effect. And then you add on top of that the complex story. I think there's just a lot there that I just enjoyed more. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying, Brian. You are 100% right. I think Godzilla -1 just resonates with me a little bit.
Hey,
Brian, I also want to tell you that I think it's only because I didn't see Wicked that I feel like I would give you a vote based off of your explanation of how you they're the same story being told, but in a different way, disguised as a musical. It says a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree too.
That takes a talent in itself, right? Like seeing all of that.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I don't give Wicked that vote. I think I would have enjoyed Wicked if I would have seen it.
I get it.
Oh, I know, Marcus. I know you would.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I also understand that Wicked is at a point of saturation, though. Which I will totally acknowledge. Like, I mean, it's it's the bar.
That way.
I mean, okay, well, fair enough.
It still feels it feels validated in its saturation. Right, like if you have a good movie, Godzilla -1 did the same thing too. Though when it came out, it went on its run, it went on its award show, it did all of the things that it was supposed to. The most talked about, they went back to back with the black and white. Both of these movies are doing the same thing as far as like content, as far as content is concerned. Yeah. I feel like I'm watching Wicked get robbed.
Well, you might watch it get robbed at the Oscars too, Nikki. So we're just trying to be consistent.
And Brian, I think another thing is that like I don't think.
Damn, Brian.
I think that Wicked, I think the market saturation has nothing to do with the movie.
Okay.
I think that is the machine behind it.
That's
like I think Wicked without that saturation would still be something that was really, really, really exciting and that people would be talking about because of its quality. I think that Universal just said we can't afford not to put the whole thing behind it.
Yeah.
Nikki said, "OMG, my wig." Chris said, "I wouldn't have picked Wicked for the same reason. I wouldn't have picked Dune Part 1. It isn't a complete story." I respect that. I respect that too.
Sure.
I don't think you need
one of the best movies we saw, but yeah,
that's
all right. All right. I'm letting it go.
Sorry.
Congratulations, Godzilla -1. You're in the semis.
OMG, my wig.
Oh wow. So we're almost
like
done,
in it,
folks.
man.
This is wild, actually.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Brian. I am so sorry.
No, I didn't expect Godzilla -1 to get this far.
Yeah.
Half of the movies in our semifinals did not release in 2024. That's fine. That is totally fine.
So films
all All right, from the
Oh my God.
2024 division.
Why did you say that, Brian? I think that's for
Wow.
you directly.
No, he's just trying to like.
Yeah.
This is Roman in
Keeping
the
a man
chat.
while he's down.
I mean, look at the pic. His picture is one of the monsters from
It
Turkey
is.
Hollow.
Look at
Like
that. Take that shit off. Take it off.
Roman, you're trying to get a rise out of me. It's not gonna work.
You're gonna get a
Not
rise
gonna
of
work.
Skywalker. I'll tell you that.
nice.
Badooch.
Nice.
Thanks, dude.
Oh golly, don't no, I can't do this. I can't do the Rise of Skywalker. I can't do this right now. Okay, we have for the first
It's your
semifinal
podcast.
round.
You can do whatever you want.
We're gonna break them in season 6.
You
I
do
know
what
it.
I don't like to be the. I don't want to be the Ted Lasso of no. You do what you like. Like you do.
You go live.
You live.
These are the 6 is the one where Brian, all of a sudden you hear Brian go, "You motherfuckers!" Like that's it.
I'm out of here. All right. Okay. I'm trying to
You
wrangle
know what?
this in
I
here.
sat through all of the bullshit, like sexual innuendo, but this is too much.
Dune 2 versus Civil War.
Ooh.
Oh
Dune,
man.
Dune 2.
Jesus. Oh God.
Dune 2 for me.
It's,
It tells that story really well. I'm sorry. Dune 2 is like you have so many pieces. There's so many ways that so many of them can be leads, and you're still telling this story about this guy who lost it all, and his mom is setting this shit up, and he's in love at the same time, but's got to turn his back on it just to do what's right by his people, to get revenge for his father and his people, the bloodline that they tried to kill. And I think for you to do that in a sandy world with no sunlight, just sand, you motherfuckers just gotta act.
Lisan Al Garib.
Lisan Al Garib. Zendaya almost pissed herself in the suit and almost passed out because she said she was falling out of hydration, and the closest bathroom was so far away for Dune.
no.
And to get about them suits was taking a long time. So like I think Civil War is good for what it is, and I still think that story is relevant. However, Dune 2, I see why what's his name is the director is going to quit after Dune 3, because I think it's going to be hard for him to top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dune 2. Here's the thing. Civil War, incredibly good. It might be my personal movie of the year. I don't know. It's between that and Wicked. But it's very, looking at everything on the table, Dune 2 does so many things well in a movie that none of it should work.
Yeah.
And not only does it work, it works with flying colors, the sound, the visuals, the story, the casting. I mean, I can't even find a critique with Dune 2, because if I'm being honest, Civil War, my critique with it is I don't like how Kristen Dunst's character's story resolves.
Yeah,
I also did not enjoy that.
I feel like that took me out of it.
I get why it's there. I get why it happens, but yes.
I understand narratively, spoilers, I understand narratively why she dies, and I understand what it means, but like it's so ham-fisted and out of character that it's very hard for me to put it above Dune 2. Yes.
Yeah. Great. That's a great, Brian. That's a great point.
Brian,
I mean,
because she doesn't need to.
She doesn't need to.
No.
Yeah. I like the way that they transferred the story. I love the final shot of Civil War before she dies.
I do too.
I love that. I think that was well executed. I love the shots inside of the White House, the way that they take the pictures while the thing goes on. Once again, Civil War is good. Dune 2, though, Dune in general, it just like it does something that's really just fascinating to me, because when the movie ended, I immediately was like, I can't wait for this to come on streaming so that I can watch it again.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yep. Good point.
All right. Dune 2. Congratulations. You're in the finals. All right. Welcome to the not 2024 division. This is the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou versus Godzilla -1.
This is Doug's shadow
Doug,
boxing.
you have to kill it, darling.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Right, so Doug, you go last. Brian, where are you gonna go?
Yeah, good point.
Dune is just reverse Waterworld.
But I mean, yeah, they got worms. I mean, there's some spaceships. Waterworld didn't have spaceships.
That's true.
Knowledge. But yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at these movies. I'm looking at what they do well. I'll be honest. If we're really getting into the weeds here, Steve Zissou, I'm very aware this movie is 2 hours long.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
The pacing is not stellar. Godzilla -1. I feel like I don't know. It's weird how to describe this. I feel like I'm always moving on to the next thing. I feel like it's very efficient with its storytelling, and it does grab me more. I feel like there are more hooks in -1.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where I'm at right now with -1.
Yeah. I vividly remember -1, that scene with that Godzilla just popping in and out where they trying to shoot him with that machine gun. And I was trying to figure out, like, it was dark and they put the light, like the very first time they spot Godzilla on the island.
On the island. Yeah.
And I just thought that was done really well and a different way to tell Godzilla's story. Because this movie is not about Godzilla. It's about something that's much deeper than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, going to Chris's point of like, you could do Godzilla movie in Godzilla -1 without Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really also enjoy the practical effects. I like the planning period where they all had to come together to like figure out a good plan and everybody's in disagreement and all that shit. Godzilla -1 stands out a little bit more. I do feel the 2-hour length of wrap up in Life Aquatic. And however, if it is like a favorite movie of yours and a cult classic, I can see how that 2 hours just flies by. You don't even feel it. But the first watch, I think I was like, ooh, like, okay, like, are we gonna get to like, how do you wrap this up? Where's the joke end and the new thing begins? What is the life lesson he's learning here? Like, and it's a comedy. It's not meant to be overthought. So that's just my first initial. So right now, Godzilla has me.
That's a good description.
I think that the Life Aquatic is if you are looking for, hey, I just want to see a director do all of the things that they are stylistically known for.
Oh, okay.
The Life Aquatic is a great example of that.
Okay.
Like if you are I want to just fall into a world that is completely made up and embellished where every beat is drawn up, because the Life Aquatic is where Wes Anderson does all his Wes Anderson shit. Like it's all like he does his slow-mo shit. He does his soundtrack shit. Like he does all of his like stuff there. And for me, I love it. Right. Like I think it's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's why I watched the Life Aquatic. So I'm watching it for a very specific stylistic reason.
Makes sense.
I think in that respect, Godzilla for me probably wins. If I have to kill one of these, I'm going to kill the Life Aquatic because I think Godzilla, in terms of its practical effects and the overall story that it tells, I think for most folks, there's not a lot of stylistic component there that's required for you to enjoy in order for you to enjoy that movie.
I agree.
I
agree.
A lot of
that's a great breakdown.
That was
the pastel colors, the weird claymation-y type stuff. Like,
I feel like this conversation is I'm enjoying this conversation so much because I also feel like we're learning, for me personally, we're learning more about even our styles, but then also understanding the what are the limitations of that and why we enjoy watching these other movies on the podcast. Because even with Civil War, which I can't stop talking well enough about, it's like like there's this one part that like really kind of messes it up from getting it to that top tier. And I feel like having this conversation about Steve Zissou, it is supposed to be plotting like that is the melancholy of the story. Like you need to sit in it. It doesn't work if you have it be efficient.
Great point.
Movies are neat,
and they're on a boat. Like they're on a boat, so of course it feels a little bit like it's long, and there's these weird sort of ups and downs to it.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, and so I think you're right, Brian. There are even limitations to the things that we absolutely adore. Like,
and it may make us love it more.
God, that's such a deep ass quote. Jesus Christ, that was way too deep. There are limitations to the things we do adore. Jesus.
And
that deep season 6
Sixers.
Welcome to the Sixer. We're getting deep.
Oh, what?
We're getting deep.
Yep. We're getting deep in the sixer.
Getting deep in the sixer.
Sixers
Welcome
getting deep
to-
in you.
Yeah, that was me. I did that. Welcome to
You
season
welcome-
6. I
welcome.
do this sometimes
And
now.
that's the 90-minute monster.
There
It
it is,
is.
right there. Yep.
Right there. All right, folks. You've been waiting for it. The championship round. You've heard these movies all hour long.
I didn't
It's
expect this.
Dune 2, the Sandy Worm epic versus Godzilla
Told you.
-1, your nuclear dragon lover boy.
Jesus Christ.
like a hand into a Muppet. That's oh my god.
Ooh, that's a very,
Roman.
very.
Come on, man.
That's
Roman, take that shit elsewhere. This is not the
We-
pod for that.
No. You keep it here. You stay right here. You stay
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah,
I love it.
but
I love
only
it. And I-
only if it's the puppet, the Turkey Hollow puppet.
Oh, why? Why did you make me conjure that mental image?
Somebody's hand is in him. Did you know that when you look at him?
Douglas, please.
Yeah.
Please.
I would rather watch Hot Frosty again.
Please.
Like,
That's
just
disgusting.
That's yeah. There you go.
Spit this shit out.
Dune 2, huh?
yeah. I mean, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of conversation here. I mean,
I
Hand into a puppet is very
hand into a Muppet is very Das Ex Machina. A
yeah.
little bit.
Yep. A
A
little
little
bit.
bit.
A little
hair.
bit.
Machine
I didn't
Gun
expect
God.
this. I'm just gonna say that this
I
is
also
not what
did
I
not
thought the
expect
finals
this.
would have been.
My prediction was going to be Dune 2 versus Wicked. So I'm also off base a little bit. I knew Dune 2 was going to get this far.
Without looking at the bracket and how it was set up, my guess would have been off the cuff, like Dune 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Just because those are two ends of our enjoyment, that sci-fi and then that kind of like comic
Yeah.
booky funny realm. I thought we would have ended up there.
I would have
Yeah.
liked a Anaconda versus Madam Web scenario.
Oh my god.
There's no way in hell that would have gotten past.
I would have. Oh my gosh.
That would have been incredible.
No
Probably would have dropped an F-bomb.
I feel like it's probably Dune 2 because of the completeness of the package that is.
I agree.
Yeah, this is a blowout. I feel like
Yep.
Yeah,
it's kind of
kinda.
anticlimactic. It's kind of evil.
A little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has something to do in Dune 2. You
Yeah,
want
they
a
do.
love story, you got it. You want an evil villain, you got it.
There.
You want a
Yeah.
deep religious meditation on what it means to be a messiah and why that
Bingo.
might be bad, you got it. You
Yeah. You want some really
Zendaya-
intense throat singing? All there for you, baby.
you want to see worms? We got them.
It's the baby that threw me. It's all there for you, baby.
It's all there
it's the
for you, baby.
that threw me,
Yeah.
That blue
Yeah.
baby in there in the wound and was like talking
Yup.
to your brother. That's
They
kinda
got
crazy.
snake juice in that. Remember they
It's-
milked the snake?
It's hypnotic. That's all
Oh,
it is.
gosh,
It's
that's
that's all it
Anya
is.
Taylor-Joy was in this.
Yeah.
She played his sister. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, you're right. She was in this.
Yeah. She's gonna be in the next one.
gosh.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Another dish.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's worth it for the look that Zendaya gives Timothy Chalamet when he's like, okay, so like real talk, I gotta marry Florence Pugh to
Yeah.
make sure my kingdom is
Yeah.
righteous.
You know,
So
he
you're
didn't even have to do that. He was like, I could kill you. However, I'm gonna marry your daughter instead. It was like, God damn, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that whole scene is just there's a lot of like, ooh, like
Yeah.
just awkward.
It didn't have to
Yeah.
go like this. No, and the villains are
Definitely
good in
did.
that. You have a villain that equally matches. I'm forgetting everybody's
Austin
name
Butler,
now.
right?
Oh yeah, Austin
Yeah.
Butler. Just equally matching Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet's villain, like going direct opposite. Like, yeah, for sure. Like you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. And the
I'm
music
not mad at
takes your
this,
seat.
actually.
No,
mad
I'm
at
not
this.
either. I'm not mad with how this turned out.
Civil War was close to one of my favorite movies of the year, though.
Look, Civil War made it to the semis. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Godzilla -1 to the I mean, Godzilla -1 made it to championship. That's
It did. Insane.
that's good.
I mean, if I'm really looking at all of our movies, I'm not some of the rewatches kind of don't favor themselves, right? When you go
Yes.
like classic like American Psycho, or you go things that we watch because we like go back and visit, they don't do themselves a favor because you kind of it's new versus old a little bit, right?
A little bit.
The Life Aquatic, I think, was a little bit of a sleeper because I'd never seen it, and like you kind of get something different from what we've always watched.
Yep.
Civil War recency bias. So there's a lot of things that played a factor into how we ended up at the championship, and I'm not mad at any of those.
I'm curious.
Agreed.
I am very curious. I would love to look into a looking glass and see how Civil War ages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in 10 years,
Oof.
like
Yeah.
looking back on it, if people are like, whoa, people were like, this is what they thought. Whoa.
I mean,
or like,
hopefully we're all going like, man, we were way off. Like,
Yeah,
like
right.
let's have some optimism.
I know.
I'll be reading it in Master's chamber.
oh, Jesus
Christ.
Sorry.
Nah, man.
Too far.
Nah, man.
Sorry.
We're gonna break you out.
That's
Nah,
all right.
man.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
ain't doing that.
Thank y'all.
There's gonna
We
be
ain't going back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going back.
No. Look, I will build whatever tunnel necessary to get you to Canada.
Yeah. I'm gonna
But
go
you said
dig
it
up-
like you didn't want to trademark.
I didn't want to say Underground Railroad because that's
Look.
someone else's thing. Like this is the
You said like you didn't want to trademark Harriet
this
Tubman.
is the
I'm gonna
Doug
build-
Wagner Dirt Tunnel to Freedom. That's what it is.
Doug Wagner Dirt Tunnel to Freedom.
Sounds like a theme park.
The DWDTF.
I mean,
DWDTF.
DWDTT.
the DWDTTF.
DWDTF. So now
We had Harriet Tubman. Now we
Doug Wagner. Put him on
Doug
put him
Wagner
on the,
Dirt Tunnel to
put him on
Freedom.
the $17 bill. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh,
Look,
that'd be fucked up if they put
could
me on
write
there before
as-
they put her on there. That would
Look.
be so fucked up.
What did Harrison say? No, Daddy, no.
No,
Daddy,
no.
not like this.
Not like this.
Not
Not
like
like
this.
this. Oh Jesus.
man.
This was great though. We watched some good stuff. Like
Yeah.
they,
we
had-
watched
I mean-
everything from Hot Frosty to Red One to Civil War to American Psycho,
Good
Wicked.
damage.
Dune 2 to Wicked to Underwater. It's an eclectic mix, folks. It's a great reason
It really is.
to subscribe to the Patreon,
Love
patreon.com/films in black and
Shout out
white.
to Brian.
That way
shout out to
you
Brian for putting
can
the bracket
make sure
together.
to support us in
absolutely.
this endeavor so we can watch what we want to watch.
And we'll do. I mean, we love these brackets, so we will do more brackets.
Yes,
like
we will
this
do
over
more
time.
brackets.
We'll do them.
Sorry.
Doug DTF.
I'm seeing Doug DTF in the chat, and
That's right.
I can't.
But yeah, we'll do more of these. But Brian,
Yes.
do you want to highlight some of the movies that we might watch this coming season for what people might look forward to?
Sure.
You're the
sure.
keeper of the schedule. That's why I put you on the spot.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Yes.
We've got a great lineup while he pulls that up. You know what I mean?
We do.
Well, what I can tell you right away is that we will be doing a review for Captain America: Brave New World. You will absolutely get that here.
Thanks
We
for
will
saying the
be-
name. I would have said New World Order again.
The conspiracy theory movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of people not liking that movie already.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. I hope it's good. That's what I'm hoping for.
I would gladly make a shot. I would gladly make a shirt that says "Welcome to Doug Wagner's Dirt Tunnel to Freedom."
They gonna get on my black ass for letting you know that.
They really are.
Wait.
Tell you this, they're not coming out in February. Tell you that right now. They're not coming out in February.
No,
They'll
we're
come
not
out
doing that.
anytime but February.
Do it right at the
Uh,
midterms.
Yeah.
Look, we got
November.
we have the Minecraft movie coming out.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ.
we'll see that.
Oh,
We got
fuck.
Thunderbolts
Probably.
coming out.
Oh wow.
There's another Final Destination coming out. So
There is?
there is.
What's that one?
It's
that
called
one called?
Bloodlines.
Oh,
We
okay.
got another Karate Kid on the way.
Oh, I'm
We
excited.
got
for
That
we got
actually
a
looks good.
John Wick movie coming.
it the ballerina?
Ballerina.
that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We also
That's
got
right.
28 Years Later, which
That I'm excited for.
absolutely hyped for.
gotta watch
We
the
also
original.
have the new Disney Pixar Elio, which I'm pretty
Oh,
excited
I'm
about.
that one.
folks, do you really need me to say it? Superman and Fantastic Four. We're going to be able
Are those
to
this
break
year?
all that down.
July 11th is Superman
And
this
is
year.
Fantastic Four at the end of this year?
I
No,
believe
it's
so.
July.
No,
so like
it's in July.
Yes.
we're going to
Oh,
go to
those two are gonna-
Superman July
Those two are gonna
11th.
those two are going to duke it out, huh?
No, Fantastic Four is July 25th.
They got up off that date,
Okay, good. Smart.
Yep.
which means we're probably getting a Fantastic Four trailer during the Super Bowl. Probably.
would think
Oh,
so.
good call out. Good call
Probably.
out.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so.
Yep.
And Dogman is coming out this week. Harrison will want to see
Yeah.
I forgot Dogman's coming out.
Yep. And then we also have, I'm very excited. Tron Ares is
Mm.
coming out in October.
I still don't know how to. I still don't know how to feel about that.
I just hope
Morbius.
Jared Leto doesn't Jared Leto all over it.
He
That's
just got to pull back. A
what
little
I'm
bit.
hoping for.
Just- yeah. Give us like 10% less from Morbius.
Just
10%
like,
less.
just give me a little less. You don't have to be so weird. Anyway, we got Mortal Kombat 2 coming.
Oh yeah.
We got
yeah.
Predator Badlands coming, a sequel to the movie that was released on Hulu a few years ago.
Prey.
yeah.
We have Wicked for Good, the sequel, coming in November of this year as well.
That's right.
And then lastly, who knows if they'll hit this date, but The Anaconda is slated for a
Yes!
December 2025 release.
Fucking sign me up.
You know what's funny?
I want
I
John
think
Voight
that
to play
Doug
the
called
snake.
that shit. That it was. I could have sworn we said on this podcast they would do a sequel and it would be something funny. Like
Yeah.
I could have sworn we
Yeah.
called it, and then like not even a week later, there was like a trailer that it was fucking what's his name and Jack Black.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah.
I hope John Voight is in this as like just like as the snake.
They have a reported cast. Holy buckets. Wait.
Get the fuck out of here. Is he in it?
Okay. I don't know if this is confirmed.
Yes, he's in it.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
Hang on. Some of this is from Hollywood
Snacks.
Reporter. Okay.
not
This
enough.
is the rumored cast. This is not confirmed. Rumored cast. Jack Black as Doug McAllister, the wedding the videographer. So
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez's character, basically.
Yes.
Paul Rudd is like background. My guess is he's going to be Owen Wilson's character.
Probably.
Daniela Melchior. I don't know.
God,
her.
that name sounds familiar.
They just have her. They don't have her. They just have her in it. Sandy Newton as a friend. Steve Zahn as another friend. Sultan Mello and Iona Sky are also.
Oh,
listed.
Daniela Melchior she's the one from she was in the Suicide Squad. She played
Ah!
She played Ratcatcher too.
I love
That's
her.
incredible.
I like her.
Wait,
I can't tell the tone
let
of
me
this
back
movie
up.
anymore.
If the videographer's Jack Black, that would be Ice Cube's role, I think.
Yes, you're correct.
DI lost
We'll
again.
we'll see if they follow the same plot. Who knows? They might
I'm so
remix
sorry.
it.
If it is just a reverse and Daniela Melchior plays John Voight's character,
Oh my gosh,
And she says,
across from Jack Black,
"Knox."
Oh my
sign me
gosh.
up.
that would be incredible.
I
That
I
would be
can't tell. I can't tell the
incredible
tone of this
gender
movie.
bent.
I
Neither
can't
can
tell
I.
the tone of this movie though anymore.
No, I
Sending
can't
Paul
either.
Rudd and Jack Black out first to say that this movie is coming feels strange, but like,
Yes,
It-
but
I
also
mean,
feels like exactly the right two people to be
Right,
like, by the way,
right.
we're doing this.
right,
yeah. Like at the same time, it's like I trust you to do this.
yeah,
But it's
Here's the
also
one
like,
thing-
are you making it a comedy now? Which is also fine.
right.
I want to manifest this out into the world. Here's what I'm going to put this out there. I think this is the season that we finally talk to James Gunn.
I agree.
I think it's the season.
I agree.
I think it's the season that he comes on and it's like 10 minutes.
I agree.
And I am putting that out into the world because I think if you put shit out into the world, it comes back to you.
I agree.
I think this is the season.
freedom,
he
freedom,
shows up.
freedom, freedom, freedom,
In
James Gunn-
addition to Marcus holding on to his
Freedom.
freedom,
freedom.
Look,
I wish
John
this was a
Voight,
joke.
not John Voight, fucking James Gunn comes on the pod. Fucking John Voight can come on the pod.
no,
I
you know
have
what?
a
No,
lot of questions.
He's part of
No.
the reason I ain't got no damn freedom.
No.
I do think that John. I do want to see James Gunn on this podcast, and I genuinely believe that would be a fire 10 minutes.
oh yeah.
And I can't even say that we would even just talk all about Superman. I just think we would have a really good discussion about movies.
God, I think it'd just be a good convo.
James, if you're listening, and we know you watch us because you like our Instagram reels and you like Marcus's threads.
Yeah.
You can come on here and just be like, hey, these are movies I like. And we'll be like, that's awesome. Tell us why. And
we like those too.
That's fine. Like you can talk about what you want to talk about. We can limit it to like one Superman question and we won't fanboy out about it. It's fine.
To be honest, I have more. I have more movies. I have more that movie with Rainn Wilson questions than I have Superman questions.
Yeah, we'll ask you about Super.
About Scooby-Doo.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh yeah, Scooby-Doo. Heck yeah. Absolutely.
Dude,
so anyway, James Gunn, please
come on.
Again, you can also talk about your favorite sandwich. I mentioned that in another podcast episode.
Yeah, I don't care.
If you bring your wife. Bring your wife, bring your partner, bring whoever the fuck you want. Just come over here and have a good time.
Do you have a dog? Bring the dog.
Bring the dog.
I do have a dog.
It's great.
I'll bring my dog. We'll make it work.
I don't have a dog, but I'll find a dog.
Yeah, I'll borrow one.
What do you think this dog? What do you think this dog I found?
Whose dog is that? I don't know.
I don't know. I fucking found it. Oh, this has gotten weird. Gentlemen, let's bring this home. What do you all have to plug this week?
Hey, folks, you should go over to thelovenerds.com. That is my wife's website and business. I'm out of practice because I've been on hiatus for 6 weeks. So here we are. Go on over to thelovenerds.com. We also have it in our episode description. Go check out her small business over there as well.
Absolutely. Marcus?
You know what it is. You got to follow the mantra, never offended, always humble. I want to thank everybody. Extortion, since the last time we talked, they got like a boost in streams. Really doing really well. I appreciate everybody who just listens to the music. I appreciate all my students who are always trying to get me to play music at events. That's not who I am. However, I do appreciate y'all always trying to sneak that shit in there. I love y'all. Continue to listen to Extortion. Continue to listen to music. Go stream yourself some Soul Tie, SOULTYE. But whatever you do, follow the mantra. Never offended, always humble, baby.
Absolutely. Hey, if you enjoyed our bracket challenge, if you enjoy listening to this pod, share us with a friend or a family member. That is the best way to show love to the podcast that you love. If you feel like you want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/filmsinblackandwhite. Sign up for one of our tiers there. We would greatly appreciate it. Helps produce the show. And so, yeah, love to have more folks join the Patty family. Gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to success. Brian, what is that first step, sir?
Hey, folks, I didn't forget. It's read a book because I read books on my break, and it was so satisfying. It was great because you know what? You're going to be having a fire hose of bad news over the next
It's going to be
weeks,
a lot of, it's going to be a lot
maybe
of bad news.
years. And here's what I'm going to say to you. You don't need to read it all right away and preserve your peace. So you know a great way to do that? Put your phone down on the other side of the room and then read a book. Can't recommend it enough. Read a book.
Absolutely. Marcus, what is that second step, sir?
Oh, make sure you drink some water. You're going to need it's going to be a hot, dry ass 4 years. So you got to really make sure you're getting all that water in.
4 years.
You save up. It's going to be crusty as hell and dusty as fuck. But make sure you're taking care of yourselves in all seriousness, right? Some of this shit is joke. Some of this shit is not joke. It is certain things that are on the forefront of my mind and my people's mind. However, you got to rally together. You know what I mean? We are not in this shit by yourself. Even if that means you need an escape every fucking Monday live with us, we will do that. We will make jokes of the serious shit and also address the real shit as it comes on. But you are not by yourself. Continue to read, continue to educate yourself, continue to save up, continue to do what you need to do to stay in the fucking loop and stay aware. And in addition to that, make sure you drink water. You got to take care of yourselves before you can fight for other people around you. So make sure you do that. You know what I mean?
100%. Look, you don't want to, it's going to be rough. Marcus just said you got to take care of yourself. And a part of that is, look, washing your ass. Just sometimes getting all that off, getting into the shower, getting up in it with a loofah and some soap, washing your legs, just cleaning yourself sometimes help clean the bad juju off you and take you where you need to be. But yeah, make sure that you wash your ass. That does it for this week's episode of Films in Black and White. We'll be back next week with another outstanding episode. But in the meantime and in the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
What a great pod, Batman. Welcome back.
Sixer!
Hey, what the fuck going on, baby? We back in business, biatch.
Milfs.